Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to a special Saturday session where I jump back on if I have a lot of free readings that I didn't get to earlier in the day. And so there is no chat available in this session because I'm not taking any new questions in this one, but I will be back in a little over 3 hours for my evening session at 6 p.m. Mountain Time and then also tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time if you want to come join then. After I finish this session, I will post a pinned comment listing the order in which I completed the free readings so you can find your reading more easily. All right, so let's jump in here and let me just move this over so I can see it a little better. All right. So we had left off with Great Quartz, and he wanted to know any messages about him. So let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know here. Let me give this one more shuffle here. All right. So any messages about him? What does Spirit want you to know? All right. All right. So, the energy around this individual, we have the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups is transformation of emotions. And so I do feel here, especially with the Judgment card, which is like the higher calling, our higher self, drawing us to this higher place. The two X's which is card 20, but it's standing out to me too here, which tells me that they've got a lot of hurt and pain, the lower vibrational spilt cups. Usually the Five of Cups has three spilt cups. And I feel like this individual, they've got some pain left over from like two X's, that little XX. And they're in the process of transforming those emotions, trying to move outside of those, trying to kind of step into their power of emotional choice. So I feel like they're kind of consumed with that right now, and I feel like this they have this spark to try to look at things from a different perspective, to get out of that, to realize that they don't have to live in the lower vibrational emotions of pain and fear that they experienced before. So I do feel like very transformational energy happening with them, and that's like a big focus of theirs, is that Five of Cups energy right now for him. So I don't feel like they have a whole lot of love and emotion that they can offer others because they're working on developing the love for themselves, if that resonates. But I feel like that it definitely is this drawing and a spark of doing a lot of self evaluation and self work, maybe self help books or going to counseling. It's that kind of energy that I feel like they're investing in themselves. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what's going on right now for them, Great Court. So many blessings to you. And then Irresistible Smile. You are up next. You wanted a general read. So let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know right now. All right. So do it to that one and to that one. All right. So you have here, you got the Three of Cups, which does represent a certain amount of joy and celebration. Ace of Swords, seeing things from a higher perspective. So I do feel a couple things of, that you do have your spirit world trying to draw you into seeing things from this place of unconditional love and allow you to cut away some fears and thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you have in your life just in general, but they're very present, probably giving you a lot of signs of repeating numbers, synchronicities, different things happening in your life too, around that. The other thing is the Three of Cups is bringing in is your tribe. It's like I feel like you're at this time people are being drawn in the physical world to become your tribe. And there's also like a change of tribe because of the way you're looking at things differently. From a different perspective, you're seeing some relationships with people that don't fit in anymore and that there's not the clicking anymore. It's like a caterpillar hanging around with a bunch of caterpillars, and then some of them going to become butterflies and some people remaining caterpillars. And it's like, well, I remember where I came from, but where I'm going, they can't go. And so it's like butterflies need to go on to do butterfly things and attract a butterfly tribe because the caterpillar, they just can't keep up. And they get resentful and jealous of your wings. And, you know, they want to drag you back down and have you walk instead of fly. And so there's this transformation that comes up with that. So I like that for you, Irresistible Smile. And that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. So sorry. And then Sunflower, you are up. So what is this moon bringing for Eric and in love that we can look forward together? All right, very good. And be sure to check out the Virgo full moon pick a card. Talks about how to make the most of the full moon energy. And also there's a pick a card. So be sure to check that out too. So what is this moon bringing for Eric and you in love? Let's see. Look here. All right. Well. Full moon energy bringing out passions with that Eight of Wands. And the Four of Cups is also emotional stability and a heightened emotional awareness and feeling. So it feels both um, emotions feel enhanced, but also this Eight of Wands is passions feel like they've doubled. Four of Cups, it's like it's, to the extent of four, but the Eight of Wands is like a lot of passionate, energetic energy coming in for the both of you. So, it it brings in a lot of passion, like I said, but the Four of Cups also is about the love where it's at doesn't feel like where it was, doesn't feel like it was enough. And I just feel like it is going to another level with that. Usually it's like three cups left over up front that people are kind of bored with. And then the fourth cup is being, a hand to the side is being offered, which is a higher love. And part of that too is that you're both learning about your own inner love, your self love, because you can't give love or receive love more than to the extent you love yourself. So the self love is important to expand because it also expands your ability to give and receive love to the humans. So I like that for you. So that is what is coming in for you right now, Sunflower. And be sure to check out that pick a card too for some additional information. I like it. All right, so that's what they have. Many blessings. And then Violetan Tarot. Hello, hello. What is coming towards you next month? All right, let's take a look here and see what is Spirit wants you to know about what is coming in for you next. Well. Two major arcana and two pretty fancy ones here. So definitely it's a increase in spiritual connection. The Lover's card can be your human self with your higher self. And the Strength card is your, human self with your higher self. So you definitely next month will be this expansion of connecting with your the higher spiritual realm. It's like you're taking your spiritual relationship to a whole new level, upgrades, downloads. And that can roll out into the Lover's card, which is also your outside relationships, which is how it works, right? We fill up with this beautiful love from the inside out, and then all of our relationships, whether it's, you know, a romantic or family, friends, whatever, it also expands because we see the world as we are, and as our self-love expands, then our love for others expands, and people feel that, and they're like, "Whoa, what's happening?" And there's a response from them as well. So I really like this for you. Very positive energies, and definitely upgrade, download, enhancement of spiritual connection energy in a big way. So I like that for you, Violette, and so many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now. Right. And then Shay B, you are up. So Shay B, you want to know who is coming towards you in terms of love. All right, let's take a look here and see. Okay. All right. Well, uh, you've got this individual here with the Knight of Wands. It's like someone fast and furious and passionate, very passionate individual, very fiery, very just a lot of energy. Go, 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 go. But it also brings in the Five of Swords, which is they kind of can be a little because of their energy, because they're so excited and excitable, and they can kind of get snippety with people. And it's because they're just so hyper and so excited and so much full of life that they're like a frying pan. They heat up and cool off, and so they might heat up and be a little bit rah, 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 but it's because of this conflict here. And they're maturing, the Knight of Wands is like, the Prince of Wands in a way, and they are, learning and on this quest of understanding their power and their energy, understanding their passions, so they can be a little bit of a forest fire or grass fire instead of a fire pit. So just be aware of this individual coming in here. You like the passion, you like the fire and everything. There's just a little bit of conflict that comes in with that, and it's okay. We learn a lot from that. We're able to see things about ourselves when we witness conflict. It's like, okay, where's the conflict within me, right? So just realize the mirror that they are for you coming into. All right. So that's what they have for you, Shay B. So many blessings to you. And then Goddess Angelic Vibes 1111, you'd like some divine guidance. Let's take a look here and see what divine guidance they have here for you. Excuse me. All right. Well, you got a good transformation happening here with the Five of Cups. Some emotional changes with this. You have the Queen of Swords who balances her head and her heart. And so I feel like there's just this way of looking at the Five of Cups. It's like the Five of Cups moving into the Six of Cups with that extra cup that the Queen is offering here. And you're really looking and understanding a lot about your past emotions, some of these emotions that keep bubbling to the surface, kind of tugging on you like a mom, like mom, 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 mom. They want to see and be seen and be transformed. These are emotions that came when you were younger, 7 years old and younger, that are still bubbling below the surface. And these will be ones that where people's actions or non-actions, words or non-words, created this emotion of fear within you, and the actions they had were not loving, because every moment is either unconditional love or fear energy, right? Of fear of losing conditional love. So it's one or the other. And these memories that are wanting to be seen are not unconditional love memories or emotional energies. They're the ones that were someone out of fear, because that's the only time people do things that are not loving, is when they're in fear. It's a little 2-year-old doing stupid, uncompassionate, unloving things because it wants to do whatever it feels it needs to do to feel in control and safe again. Well, we just happened to be around when they were freaking out and panicking and in fear. And whatever their actions were not meant toward us. They were an expression of their fear, but we took it on meaning about us, right? And so we went into fear, and there's this painful memory, this painful emotion of abandonment left behind, whatever lower vibrational energies those are. But we can look at it. And when we start to realize, oh, you know what, this emotion, now that I'm an adult, I can look at it and go, oh, this was fear, their fear. This wasn't about me. So you start to look at them differently. You start to look at the situation differently, but you start to look at yourself differently as you transform that old emotional pain into higher wisdom and higher knowledge. And this is what's coming in here, I feel, for you right now, is this knowledge and this awareness, this balancing out of these triggers, these emotional triggers that are coming up, that have been coming up, and you're ready to look at it and transform it. So I like that for you right now, Goddess Angelic Vibes. That's what they have. So many blessings to you. We'll continue here. So Melba B, hello, hello. And you'd like a general reading. So what does Spirit want you to know right now? All right, what else? All right, there we go. All right. Well, looky here. You got the Nine of Cups, which is one of the wishes come true, emotional dreams come true, and emotional fulfillment overflowing. And the Fool card, which is a brand new adventure regarding your wishes. It follows the first card in the major arcana being the zero, follows the world card, which is the end of the major arcana, of course. It's ending of old cycles, beginning of a new adventure. And this is kind of two-stepped. One piece of it is that you're looking at your, what is my dream? You're looking at it in a different way. You're letting some old pieces of it fall away because you realize those weren't your dreams, those were someone else's dreams that were given to you. So clarity, with this full card of what your dream is and what steps you want to take toward it, and then that you are taking new steps towards your this new dream, this altered or revised dream come true. So this is a new adventure, this is a new open. It could be love, the ideal partner. You're like revising that and what you're expecting out of relationship or marriage or whatever. Or it could be job, education, life purpose, anything along those lines too. Whatever dream or dreams you have, there's this revision that's happening and then action towards it to where you have this renewed passion of what you want to do and stepping forward it and taking step toward it. So I like that for you, Melba, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Ashvin Rai, hello, hello. You'd like guidance on your career front. So let's take a look here and see what guidance they have here on the career front. All right. You do have the tower, so I feel like there are some things that are being moved out of your life, out of your way, but you got the magician card coming in here too, which is all about you stepping forward. It's kind of like this big ending and beginning, but the ending is um not being initiated by you in this lifetime. You wanted it before you came down here. You told the universe and your, support team, "All right, at this point in my life, if this tower has not been removed, can you remove it for me? Because I need it moved so that I can continue I can start this new adventure and this new passion, this new thing I wanna do and that I wanna head off into." So, with your career fund, I just feel like there's gonna be a significant because 2 major arcana, significant movement of something where the career idea or whatever you want kind of just collapses in upon itself to where you're like, "Nah, I want this," and it creates a new like, it opens up the roadway for you to head towards something that's more in alignment with you and your higher expression of what you wanna be and who you wanna be, not who someone has told you that you should be or supposed to be or try to put that on you, right? So I like that for you, Ashvin. So when this whatever crumbles down, just trust that no, it's for you, and then let that ignite you to go in the direction that you truly want to on the inside of your life there. So I like it for you. And that is what they have for you. So many blessings. Let me just see where we're at here. All right. Excuse me. It's getting me all choked up. All right. So, A, you are up next. You want to know, does S have romantic, passionate feelings for you? Does he think about you? All right, let's take a look here. Okay, let me just. We don't do that many cards for free readings or for paid readings either. Let me just reshuffle these. It's about half of the deck went flying here. All right. So first of all, okay, the number one and then number two. Okay, there we go. So do they have romantic, passionate feelings for you? You actually have the Page of Swords, which is interesting because you asked if they think about you, but this is the feelings card, which is a mental card. So with feelings, I feel like they're not looking at um, romantic energies. I feel like they're really caught up in their head around some stuff. They're really trying to figure out and get past some mental blocks. Some I don't know if they have preconceived ideas from and not even particular to do with you, just in their head. A lot of supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's and must be's that are like blocking them from going forward here. Because I'm gonna ask, are they thinking about you? They're thinking about themselves, really. Sorry. They got the King of Cups here, which is a balance of head and heart. And the Two of Wands is about their energies and what they're wanting to do, what choices are they wanting to make. And I just feel like right now, that they're very much caught up in their own world and trying to figure things out. And who do I want to be? What do I want to do? Who do I want to be with? What do I want to do? Blah, blah, blah. Where do I want to live? I feel like they're almost like in a sub midlife crisis where they're just going through like this Saturn return, which usually happens between like 25 and 35, where all their thoughts and beliefs of their life are being shaken and just rattled. It's where Saturn takes like 28 to 29 years to go all the way around the sun of Earth years. And so when Saturn returns to where it was in our birth chart originally, that's when it comes in. It's like the devil, Capricorn, Saturn energy just shakes and rattles their cage to challenge them on what their belief systems are. So I like this for them because it's really going to allow them to free themselves and get their heart out of a cage. But I feel like they're all consumed with themselves right now. So I feel like they have passion because I just feel like they have passion, but the romance, like their emotions are turned off and disconnected as they're going through this. They're thinking about a lot of things, so you're part of the thinking, but gets lost in this whole big revamp of their entire life kind of thinking, like a lot of overthinking, especially with this Virgo full moon energy. There's a lot of overthinking and a lot of they're trying to put everything together, if that makes sense. So right now they're kind of unavailable. They're offline, if that makes sense. All right. So many blessings, A. And then Spiritual Journey Tarot, you are up. And so Marquesi's thoughts about you today at work. All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what do they have here? What are their thoughts? So, they've got this, four of wands is like celebration, joy, kind of a mutual attraction in a way. Not a huge one, but you know, um, it's just this, connection, and I like that for you there. But the Five of Pentacles too gets in the way. The Five of Pentacles is like, feelings of lack and being abandoned, left out in the cold. So they got some self-worth challenges that ignite there that kind of hold them back from things and feels like they're kind of just standing back watching and observing in a way. They like the joy, they like the celebration, they like the upbeatness, but when things I don't know, it's like if they would have tried to flirt with you and you responded flirting back, it would have like, "Whoa, yike, yeah, 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 yeah," like a little puppy running away. Or if you tried flirting with them first, they'd be like, "Oh, yeah, 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 yeah." It's like they're not ready for that. Right? Right yet. Um, but they love the upbeat, they love the joy and the brightness and the little energy going back and forth, but they're not ready to take it to another place yet, if that makes sense. Um, yeah, I feel like that's the kind of energy that's there, however that resonates. All right, so that's what's coming in for you, Spiritual Journey Tarot. And then up next, we've got Nat Nat. You want to go, when do you see DV reaching out? All right, let's take a look here. See what Spirit says here. All right. Well, it does see here there is an opportunity coming here with the Ace of Pentacles coming in. We have the Page of Wands. Oops, sorry. Page of Wands here, which is action. We have the Chariot, which is action and victory and movement. But it's the power of choice card, the Chariot, coming in here. And part of what influences this has to do with both sides. Try to say that faster. Both sides, because the Page of Wands is like whatever you focus on, you draw to you. Whatever they're focusing on, they draw to them. And I feel like this reaching out is, if you will focus on, with the Chariot card, power choice, if we focus on lower vibrational things, it draws it out and slows it down. When you think of positive, higher vibration, unconditional of joy, peace, love, gratitude, that helps speed things up and it draws things together faster. So you can do your part in creating this new opportunity of them reaching out by focusing on what you're grateful on them, not what they're not doing. Like if you focus on, well, they're not contacting me and they should, and I miss them not doing that, or I want, all that energy of missing and wanting and hating and fearing says, I like wanting but not getting. I enjoy missing, not having. So let me miss it more. Let me want things more and not get them. But when you focus on gratitude, that's a positive thing that is, be you can have gratitude for, a seed in my mind of them reaching out if that's what I want. And I look at it as if I have it, and I'm grateful for the communication that they have given and who they are and what's coming in. Gratitude for what I do have. Spirit gives us more to be grateful for. But if I focus on what I'm missing, they give us more to miss because they're listening to us, to our energy, right? So I feel like it's within your hands here on how soon that they will reach out, as their hands too. But I feel like they definitely will with that energies. But it's an opportunity for you to learn your power of replacing wanting and desiring with gratitude. And I feel like that changes things. So that's what they got for you, Nat Nat. So many blessings to you. And then Janet, you're up next. So I'm just going to take a sip here. All right. So, Janet, does your coworker Stanley like you, like in a romantic way, right? Not like, do you like me or hate me? Let's take a look here. Well, I feel like there is some attraction there. The Emperor rules over all the kings, and the Queen of Cups is the master of emotion. So, even though she's a queen and not an empress, she wields so much power as the master of emotion, which is you, and then the emperor is them. And in this case, where they hold a lot of they rule over all the four kings, so they have a great balance of a lot of things to come in here. So I do feel like there is this connection because we've got, in a way, we've got counterparts coming in here, a connection here. And though the emperor has like one part water from the king of cups, they're a lot in their mind. They've got all the kings get like an ace of swords, gets us swords, and then one king of course is swords. So there's 5 parts swords, 1 part cup, 1 part earth, 1 part fire, right? And you're double cups. So it's like, well, you have this connection emotionally within all of that. Just understand they're going to be a lot in their head, a lot of thinking, kind of individual where you're very emotional. So there's not like emotional, like, oh my God, bring it down. You're very connected emotionally. Excuse me, you're able to express emotion, you master over emotion. So it's almost like there's a little bit of a, um, I don't know, like a little bit of opposites attracting there. Uh, so yeah, I would say yes with that there is this connection through emotion there. But just realize they're so into their head, their mind. So, all right, Janet, that's what's coming in there for you. So many blessings. And then Arjun Vij, you are up. So you're having an exam on the 27th. I'm so sorry. Will you score well? Let's take a look here and see what Spirit says. All righty. Just I want you to know here about your test, your exam. All right. Well, you have the Page of Cups, happiness there, Ace of Wands. It's all in your hands. You definitely can, there's great possibilities of that with the Ace of Wands. Sorry, I got a frog in my throat suddenly. Excuse me. Getting all choked up over your exam. But that tells you that it's within your hands. Of course, doing your due diligence and studying and doing all that, but also remaining calm. The Page of Cups is be aware of your emotions, because if you're in fear and anxiety, that takes your mind offline where you can't study. And so the biggest thing is you have the brilliance, everything you've studied is in your head, every lecture you've listened to, everything is all in this beautiful brain of yours. But if you can't access it, that's not going to help you. When you go into anxiety, it shuts off access to that part of our brain. It doesn't want us to think. It wants us to fight or run. It doesn't want us to think about, is that a dinosaur or a rat? And then we're eating. It wants us to go rah and run and react. So when you feel anxiety coming up, if you breathe deep, big deep breath in through your nose and hold it for a minute and then exhale through the nose. It helps you come out of that fear and reconnect to your brain. So anything you can do to remain calm before you go take the exam, face any fears in the meantime too. What if I don't get, what am I fearing about not doing well on the exam? Putting those fears to the side or transforming those fears to where they're not there, then they won't trigger during the exam. But really understanding your breath and how important it is while you're taking a test, staying out of fear, because when we go into fear, we're left with a little 2-year-old and its pet hissing cat in charge taking the test. That won't fare well, right? So, even thinking about that just cracks me up, and laughter also takes us out of fear. And it's like, it's funny. Okay. And then you can come back but it's all in your power. Definitely it feels very positive outcome. Just have to stay out of fear is all. And you'll do well. So that's what's coming in for you. So many blessings to you. And let me just double check here real quick. I think I already did this one. Okay. Yeah, and it looks like you already asked a question earlier. You wanted to know, does S miss you? Normally you just do one free reading per session, but that's a quick question we'll just do here. We got the moon card coming in, and the moon card talks about there's a lot of emotion below the surface. So it's like, yeah, they miss you, but they don't really get it. I don't feel like they're in tune with their emotions. They got a lot flowing below the surface, the hidden, below. And with that moon card, I feel like they miss you. They miss you around a full moon, which is funny because uh, that's when our emotions are expanded. And I feel like they're so overwhelming that then they realize I do miss them. But I feel like a little bit has to do with they turn into a werewolf on the full moon in a funny way. Like they get very randy, they get very passionate, and they're like, oh wow, I miss that. Kind of more of that. That's more them, right? So that's what's coming in there for you with that A. So there you go. And then Leona, Shining Light. Hello, hello. Thank you for being a new subscriber. And you want to know, will your professor grade both of your exams for his courses with an A? All right, let's take a look here and see. Is it going to be? All right. Let's take a look here. Yeah, with the Two of Cups, I feel like that is the two courses. And the Nine of Wands, it's like 9 out of 10 is a 90%, and 90% and above is an A, is what came through, which is interesting. But I like it. It feels very, very positive for both of those. Easy breezy, short and easy um, result. So I do feel like they will both be A's on there, Leona. I like that. They're usually not that quick, but we appreciate it when it's like it's kind of a yes or no, and it's like, "Yeah, it sure is," and I like that. Uh, so congratulations. And then Mars, you are up. You wanna so you keep having visions of moon, like bizarre ones and seeing signs. Please help. And I think that's the person named Moon, right? If I remember. Let's take a look here. So you have visions of Moon. What? In bizarre ones? Well, I mean, it is you, Mars. It's kidding. Gotta pick on you. Gotta pick on you. Yeah. Well, so you got the King of Cups here, balancing of the heart and mind. And look at the Justice card, balancing of the scales. And there is this figuring out of things going on here. You've got that Ace of Swords. It's just like the visions that are coming in. Um, it's like because what they're telling me, it's like a dream. When we dream in our like while we're asleep, we will bring in characters that help us. Even though they represent a piece of ourselves, we'll have different characters represent us in different forms to have us interact with ourselves. And that's what they're showing me with that's not them, it's the representation of them, which represents some sort of emotion you have for yourself. And these um, visions and different things that they're showing you are different aspects that they're trying to show you about yourself and your relationship to your higher self, your inner children. And I feel like um, that's why it's different. Sometimes it's your emotional inner child, which is 7 years old and younger. It will draw things with crayons, right? And then there's other things that's your mental inner child from 7 to 14, which draws things very specifically. It's very mental, right? So it uses a protractor where where this is like finger paints all over the place. This is a very precise geometric shape, and then you have your physical body wanting to reflect things to you, which is like 14 to 21. Our physical side of our shadow self, all three of those are part of it. And they will bring you messages that are more sensations through your body. So you've got all this different emotional, abstract, this mental, specific, this physical sense of feeling within your body, and they're just trying to bring messages for you to transform things. So interesting. So I feel like that is what they're trying to show you about different things within you, and they're wanting to communicate with you and transform things. And I feel like, especially around this Virgo full moon energy is impacts us all, which definitely can activate our weirdness within us. And we're in Aquarius. Well, we were in Aquarius season. A lot of Aquarius planet energy still going on. So just a lot of attention seeking by your internal children, which is interesting. So that's what's coming in for you, Mars. Hopefully that resonates there for you. And then lastly, I've got Yavi. So Yavi, you wanted a general reading, and hopefully I didn't miss anyone. If I did, please come back. I'll be back in less than 3 hours in my evening session at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and then tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time as well. All right, so Yavi, what does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. So there's a lot of emotional energy transforming and changing in your life right now. This Page of Wands is like a renewed activation, a new level of energy, which comes from this Eight of Cups journey that you're on. The Eight of Cups talks about, movement of emotion, of emotional energy too. And it's like one big piece of it is realizing what of your relationships with people, romantic, friends, family, work, whatever, you have been giving so much into, but not getting a whole lot back. And relationships are give and take, but these are take, 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 take. where you're giving like 80, 90% and they're only giving 10 or 20% consistently, right? Sometimes we have relationships where we're the one that only can give that. And it's that sharing the what is it? The um, flow, the tides that happen in friendships, relationships of all kinds. But if it's always giving, 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 you're pouring energy into a black hole. And this is a time of bringing that emotional energy back to you. So you're letting these relationships, you're backing off of them and only giving so much. And if they drift away, they drift away. Then you take all that energy back. Some you're just like, nope, taking it all back. Bye. Which ones are you're ready to let go of and that you just haven't had the opportunity to do those, right? So you have those coming in there. And then you also have, these emotional energies that are below the surface that you've been maintaining as well, where there's energy being maintained to keep these charged emotions below the surface, but you're going to allow those to come to the surface, transform them, and then that energy isn't needed to try to keep it down below. So a lot of energy, a lot of emotional energy that comes back to you as you go through that process. And it is an important time in your life for that. Because if you're looking for love or enhancing love, you need to have the emotional reservoir for that. And right now, it feels like it's kind of emotionally exhausting because you're giving so much to the outside world, maintaining so much below the surface. And there's this freedom that comes with all that. So I like that for you, Yavi. And that is what they have for you right now. And so once I finish here, I'm going to post a comment at the bottom that'll list the order in which I completed the reading so you can find your readings more easily. And like I said, I'll be back this evening in at 6, so it's 3:20 now, so that's less than 3 hours away. And so I shall return until I see you guys again. Remember, every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you may be in the world. Until I see you again, much love, hang in there, and you take care.